Hello my friends, I am Mehdi and today I want to talk about RSI indicator, and I will talk about all of the um, practical information that you need to know about this indicator. The things that you can read about this indicator is more than things that I will describe in this video. But these things that I am going to talk about are the most practical tips that you need to know about this indicator. Okay, let's talk about RSI. RSI indicator is or relative strength index is an indicator that it's an oscillator that you can use in the markets that have trend or in the range markets, in the markets that have no specific major upward or downward trend. This indicator considers the ratio between the power of upward and downward movements, and considers the ratio between these two power, and shows us a number between 0 and 100, and this number shows us and the line that is shown according to this number is shows us some information to have trades and to find out the power between buyers and sellers, and we can predict the future trends with this information. This indicator also helps us to price movement in the future. We can use this indicator in the stocks market, in commodity markets, in also cryptocurrency market, and it's a common indicator between most of the markets. It gives us signal. This indicator gives us signal and gives us short-term signal and long-term signal. And another thing that we can find out in this signal is overbought and oversold zone. When this line is 70 line, okay, and when the indicator line, when RSI line comes to this zone, we say that we are in oversold zone. And also when this line comes below the 30 line, this line is 30 line. When this indicator line comes to this zone, we say that we are in the oversold zone. So this indicator also tells us about overbought and oversold zone. And let's see how this indicator is calculated. This indicator has this mathematical formulation, and this is a simple formulation that you can find from this indicator. And if you wanna you want to know more about mathematical aspect of this indicator, you can use the this website, RSI indicator. Investopedia. This website is a very practical and good website, and here you can see how is this indicator calculated. This formulation I have shown you. This is an example of how this indicator is calculated, and this is a bigger, wider shape of this formulation. This is for my friends that want to know more about formulation and mathematical aspect of this indicator. Let's continue with this indicator. Let's see when this indicator gives us buying or selling signal. We have different situations that this indicator tells us it's time to buy or sell. Let's talk about buying signals when this indicator, when RSI tells us okay, it's time to buy. When we have a double bottom below the 30 line, for example, I don't have the same thing here, but here, at this point, we have a double bottom here. I don't know, you can see this or not. Let me show you like this. Yes. Here we have a double bottom, and you can see at this point we can get buying signal, and we are at the lowest price that this indicator gives us buying signal. But we should pay attention to this important key point, that before this buying signal we have been in a downward trend. The major trend is a downward trend, so we cannot get buying situation, and we cannot get buying position. Or let's see other examples. We have another. We have something like a double button here, but I will describe this in the future. We don't have any more of this type of signal. Let's continue, guys. Yes, we were in this signal. One of the first type of signal is when we have a double bottom in the indicator line below the 30 line, okay, at the oversold zone. Another type of buying signal that we can get in this indicator is when we have a double bottom in the price chart, but we don't have any double bottom pattern in the indicator. This one is also a buying signal that we can use when we use this indicator in our trading strategy. For example, here at this point, we have a double bottom. And after that, you can see here we have an upward trend at this zone. So if the price chart has shown us a double bottom, but we couldn't see the same thing in the indicator line. Here we don't have any double bottom pattern. At this point, we can use we can get buy position. The other buying signal that we can get from this indicator is when a key point that we should pay attention is that support line and resistance line works in this indicator. For example, you can see here we have a support line, or here the highest points of this indicator are at the same line, or on a same line, okay? Or here we can also see the same thing, or for example here, or at this line, you can see this indicator has some on this indicator, on this oscillator, in fact, something like support line and resistance line have a performance. It is not common between oscillators and indicators. And when these lines break, it gives us a buying or selling signal. Okay. For example, at this this line, when the indicator line crosses this downward trend indicator line, this downward line, sorry. When indicator crosses this line, at this point, we can get buying signal. Or here, when this indicator crosses this point, we have a selling signal. You can see after that the prices have a downward movement. Or at this point, you can see here the prices started a downward trend and downward movement. Or here at this point, around here, yeah. Now this indicator has gave us a faulty or a bad downward movement signal. Or here we have a bearish, in fact, signal. And this is one type of signal that we can get from this signal. And this word is broke, I think. Don't read it broke. My friend, our team, I think, has made this mistake. The other type of indicator signal is when this indicator gives us divergence signal. Divergences in this indicator are the most important signals that we can get. We will talk about divergence. Let me talk about at this point. I think it doesn't make any problem. I will talk about divergence in other slides too, because it's important, and my strategy, my teaching strategy is to repeat the important parts that you need to pay attention to them. Okay, what is divergence? When we have a downward trend, we have different parts of downward trend. For example, this movement have this part, this part, this part, and also this part. Okay. The power of the sellers or buyers in the that trend is different in different parts. Okay. When the intensity of the movement becomes higher, for example, in this downward trend, you can see at this point, at this zone here, sellers were more powerful, because I think they were more more hopeless. They have been more hopeless, and they tried to sell their assets and stop their position. Okay, and also here we have a powerful downward trend from here to here. Okay, look at the length of this movement. It's a very long movement. And it shows us at this zone, sellers are very powerful. After that, at this support line, buyers started to buy that asset. Okay, and they have increased the price to here. And after that, once more sellers started to sell their asset, but they haven't been able to decrease the price, I don't know, until here. They didn't have been powerful like in this price movement. Okay, and it shows us the power of the buyers or the power of the sellers is decreasing. Okay, this fact is a very important item. This factor is very important when you are using technical analysis. Okay, these items and these factors we will talk about these factors in price action tutorials. Maybe in the future, I don't know what is going on in the future. I will try to talk about these items and these facts. So this this short bearish movement of the sellers wasn't as powerful as this movement. So it shows us the rules of the market. The buyers are going to become more powerful, and they will increase the prices. They may increase the prices in the nearly future. Okay, uh, we can see same thing in the indicators. For example, here we have this downward movement, and we have same thing in this part of this of our RSI indicator. Okay. After that, we have a lot a weaker downward movement in this indicator. Indicator has shown us the downward movement and downward trend is now very big. Okay, but in the charts we have a same level. We have a double bottom level and point, but in indicator we don't have a double bottom, and if we attach these 2 points, we can see we have a upward, we have a line that shows us an upward movement, an upward line. But here we have a horizontal line. Okay, this shows us the in the nearly future, the buyers will control the market and push the prices up. And after that, you can see this upward movement has been started. Okay, and this is the divergence in this indicator. I will talk more about divergence in future slides, also in our complete technical analysis tutorial. I have talked about divergences in, I think, in the third part of our tutorial. Because of its importance, we have talked about it in one session, and I have described different parts that are important in divergences. You can go to our channel and watch that video. Let's talk about other facts about technical about RSI indicator. In some situations, the crossing of the indicator line, when the indicator line crosses the 50 line, 50 line is here between the 30 line and 70 line. When the price crosses this line, this gives us confirmation of an upward or downward trend. For example, we have here a weak selling signal, and when indicator line crosses the 50 line, it confirms this weak signal, this weak selling signal. We have same thing at this point, or here, here in this part of the movement. I don't agree with confirmation. I think the confirmation was not true, I think, but here became true. Also here, you can in fact this the indicator line crosses 50 line, this shows us a type of confirmation, I think. In the markets that have no upward or downward trend, in the trendless market, in fact, when the indicator line crosses the 30 line, it's I think in that type of market it's one of the best buying signal. And when this indicator line crosses the 70 line, it's a good selling signal, but we should get some confirmation, and I will talk about confirmations and how to use this indicator and how to trade with this indicator in the future slides. Let's talk about selling signals. Selling signals when are like buying signals. When we have a double top at the top of the 70 line, we have a selling signal. For example, let's check these images. We don't have same thing. I don't have same thing. When we have a double top pattern, here we have a double, something like double top pattern. We have also a divergence here, a bearish divergence we have here. Here to here we have a upward trend, but here to here the line that attaches these two highs is a downward line. It shows a downward trend, and it shows us the sellers are going to be more powerful at this point. When we have a double top pattern in this indicator, for example here, it gives us a selling signal. Also, when we have a double top in the price chart, it's a selling signal. For example, here we have a double top pattern, and it after that the prices started a downward trend until here. This is two types of selling signals that we can get from this indicator. Also, if the trend line has been broke in this indicator, is a selling signal. For example, here at this point, we can see a line that attaches these 3 points has been broken at this point, and here we have a selling signal, but it is very late to get sell position. And also, I think here, these areas, here we have set another sell position that you can see it has get until here or here. We can see the price has a downward trend and the indicator didn't give us buying signal. And this is another type of selling signal that we can get from this indicator. One of the types of confirmation that we can get from this indicator is when also this indicator line crosses the 50 line. It is a confirmation for our sell position or short position. Also, in the markets that have no upward or downward trend, it is better to get signal from 30 line and 70 line. Let's talk about this. I will talk about this in the future. Here, at this slide, you can see we have RSI indicator, we have 70 line, we have 30 line, and when and also the market has no specific upward or downward trend. The trend is a little upward at this part, and from the beginning of the trend and until here, we have a downward trend. Okay, in this trend, in this trend, we have a buying signal here and here. Okay, here we have a good buying signal. Why it is a good buying signal? Because the price was in the oversold zone, and after that we get a buying signal at this point. This indicator gives us a buying signal, and also we have a solid bar here. Okay, and after that the price starts upward movement until here, and this tells us buyers have started to buy in this market, and after that we have got a selling signal here from this indicator. Here we have a selling signal. You can get sell position at this point and stop your order here when you can see the indicator line attaches to 30 line. Okay, at this part of the movement, the price movement is a little it has a slightly upward trend, and it's better for us to only get buy position. At this point, you better not to get sell position, and here you can get buy position if you have confirmation for this buying position from other indicators or from trend lines or other tools that you can use for technical analysis. Let's get back to our slides, and this was selling signals, and these signals that you can get from this indicator. Let me check something that okay, let's continue. This indicator getting buy position and sell position according to this indicator is a little different between the markets that have specific trend or the markets that have no specific trend. For example, in the markets that have, for example, upward trend. Okay, we have an upward trend, and let me see. We have some slide. Yes, we have a down, an example of a downward trend. Okay. In the markets that we have, imagine that we have a downward trend in the market. In this chart, you can see we have a downward trend. In a downward trend, when we say we are in a overbought zone, when the indicator line crosses the 50 line, which is here at this area. When this line crosses the 50 line, it shows us the price is in a overbought zone. You can see the price doesn't reaches the reaches the 70 line. So in a downward movement, we say this indicator, if the indicator line became upper than 50 line, we say in the price is in overbought zone, and also in the upward trends. When we have a powerful upward trend, when the indicator lines comes below the 50 line, we say this price is in the oversold zone. Okay, so the definition of overbought zone and oversold zone in this indicator is different when we are in a trend market, or when we are in the market that have upward or downward trend, or when we are in a range trend. Okay, and the signals that we can get from these lines are different. When we are in the market that has not upward or downward trend, in the range we are in, for example, when we are in a range market, 30 line and 70 line are good lines to get buy position and sell position in this indicator. But when we have a specific trend, for example, when we have an upward trend, when indicator line comes below the 50 line and crosses the 50 line, this is a buying signal. Or if we have a downward trend like this image, when the indicator line crosses the 50 line, it's a selling signal. For example, imagine here we have a selling signal at this point, and we have a take profit zone here or here. This one is better. Okay. Sorry. Here we don't have any take profit zone. Here indicator gives us a weak bullish signal. And also at around this point here on this signal, indicator once more gives us a selling signal, and you can see until here we could stay in that position and get this and take profit from this price movement. Also here we have another buying signal, and until here, here about here to here, we have another bearish signal. And this was some descriptions about 30 line, 70 line, and also 50 line. And you should know in which type of market to use which one of these lines. Okay. Okay, guys, let's continue. Here we have, let's see some examples about this indicator. Let's see buying and selling signals. We have a downward trend in this chart. So we only get sell position on this market and on this chart. Okay. Here we have a double top on the indicator line, and we have another double top here, and this I think is it's not a very good selling signal, but it is almost near the resistance zone. I personally don't get sell position according to these two items. Okay, let's continue here. Sorry, here at this point, this candle, we have two type of buying signal. Okay, let me repeat. We should not to get a buying signal in the markets that has downward trend. I am showing you to become more experienced about this indicator, to become more experienced. For example, here we have two types of buying signal. One of them is the indicator line has crossed the 30 line, so it is a buying signal. Another type of buying signal that we can get, if you attach these points, you can see at this point these lines have been the indicator line and this trend line, this line that I am showing you, are crossing each other. So here is a good point to get buy position here, and this indicator gives us a buying signal at this point. Another buying signal that you can get from this indicator is here. We have a double bottom here, and it shows us the power of the bears in the market have been decreased, and we may have an upward movement after the after the decrease of the bear's power. Okay, and after that you can see this upward movement have been started. Okay, uh, let's find more signals. Here we have another weak signal. And it's on a good position. I think it's a good time to get buy position. Here we have got a selling signal, and also this indicator has attached this indicator line has attached the 70 line, and it gives us a weak bearish signal. Let's see when we have another signal. Here we have a bullish signal, but it is not valid. Here we have a unvalid bullish signal. This point, also at this point, we have a good time to get buy position, but the trend is also a downward trend, but you can see we have a bullish signal, and the indicator shows us we may have an upward movement, and you can see this upward movement has occurred in price chart. Let's continue, guys. We have a downward trend, an ideal, not ideal, but a good downward trend that behaves according to support lines and resistance lines. Let's see. In a downward movement, we only get sell position. Here, and also in a downward trend, it's better to use in the downward movement that, for example, upward and downward price movements are not the distance between upward and downward movements are not a lot, you know. In this downward movement, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 20 candles. We have a downward movement which has about 20 candles. Also, we have same thing here. We have same thing here. Okay, so the distance between upward and downward movement is a lot, and it's better not to use 50 line. It's I think it's important thing that you need to pay attention to. Here in this chart, the distance between upward and downward trend is not a lot, and we can use 15 line. If you use this indicator and you saw that the indicator doesn't give you any buying or selling signal, you can change the period of time. As default, it's better to use 14 days, but you can use, for example, 10 days period of time to get better signals in this indicator. Yes, and these two key points, I think, was good key points that you'd better to know. Let's see when this indicator gives us selling signal. And we have a downward trend and we only get selling signal, selling position. The 50 line is around here, and we try to use this line to get buy position and sell position. To get only sell position. And to find out when we are at the overbought zone. For example, here we are in the overbought zone because we are on the top of the 50 line. Also here at this zone we are at the overbought zone. Also here we are at the overbought zone, and let's see when it's good to get sell position. Here we have a signal here, and here we have something like take profit signal. Okay. Also here we have another selling signal until here. You can see indicator line has attached the 30 line. Also here we have a selling signal, and around here we have a take profit signal. We have another take profit signal at this point and this point. We better to use this signal because it's more valid, and we have gone to over sold signal. Here we have another good selling signal. Why this signal is good? The reason is because the price has gone is more on the distance between this line and 50 line is more. It's a lot, I think. We have same thing here. We have same thing here, but here we don't have anything like this. And the last good signal that we have got is around here, that we can get this price, this from here, this movement from here to around here. Also we have here another, we have a take profit or buying signal at this point. Okay, guys, let's continue. We have I don't know, call it a range trend or call it an upward trend here, a downward trend here, or divide this movement to a downward trend here and an upward trend here. Okay, in a downward trend, it's better to get only sell position, but we can see the 50 line here, and so we can get sell position, and also here we have an upward movement, but the number of bullish and bearish candles are a lot, and we can use in this chart we can use 30 line and 70 line to get buy or sell position. Here we have a good signal when we have this downward trend and this resistance line breaks. It's better not to get buying position and selling position. It's better to wait to find out the future trend is upward trend or it's a downward trend. We need to find out this important key point. So I personally don't get buy position or sell position only according to technical analysis knowledge. Here we have a buying signal, but it is not an ideal buying signal. I think let's explain why it is not an ideal buying signal. Because before that, we haven't been in a oversold zone, and after that, the candles are very weak, and we have something like we have spinning candles, and these candles shows us uncertainty in the market. So this buying signal is not a good buying signal, and we better to wait for another good buying signal. Okay guys, let's continue. How to trade with this indicator. Let me check something. Okay. To trade with this indicator, we should firstly get a trade in the direction of the trend. We should pay attention to the trend, and it's better for us to only trend in the direction of the trend. Another thing that we need to pay attention to use this indicator is that we need to get confirmation signal. We need to get signals from different other parts of technical analysis. For example, another candlestick patterns or price action signals, or we can get a signal from trend line. If you don't know what to use to get signals, you can use trend lines, because trend lines are used by more traders, and they are more reliable to get position with. Or you can use I don't know, other things, that other items and other factors and other tools that we have in technical analysis. We will give you some examples of these tools, or we will talk about trend lines and some other indicators that you can get signal from them. But another thing that is very important to pay attention to is your strategy should be tested before you use that on the live trades. You should get back testing from your strategy. I don't know, you wanna combine RSI indicator with stochastic. You wanna combine RSI indicator with trend lines. You wanna combine RSI indicator with MACD, indicator. I don't know what you wanna use RSI indicator with which tool that we have in technical analysis. But it is very important to get back testing because in different markets, in different um, symbols of same market, prices have different types of, we have different price action patterns, and it is very necessary for you to get backtesting before you start to use this indicator to have live trades. You can use demo accounts that you can get from some of the trading platforms. Okay, let's continue, guys. This is RSI indicator with period of 10 days, and also we have a upward trend, and I have combined support line and RSI indicator. Let's see. Here we have an RSI. We have a RSI signal, but the price didn't touch the support line. But here we have the price has touched the support line, and here also we have a buying signal in the RSI indicator, so we can get buy position. At this point we can also get buy position, but it is not ideal buy position. Okay, it's ideal when when a price chart crosses or touches the support line, or here we have only buying signal, or here we have only buying signal in according to support line. This is a combination of RSI indicator and support line that you can use in your trading. We have RSI indicator and MACD indicator. MACD, if you don't know about MACD indicator, you can watch part 2 of our technical analysis tutorial, which we have in our channel. I will briefly describe this indicator for you. This indicator has 3 parts. The middle part is called histogram part. And also we have 2 lines. The blue line is the moving average, is a faster moving average. And the red line is another moving average, which is a slower moving average. And when these 2 lines come below this line, which is this line, which is in the middle of our indicator, we say we are in the oversold zone. And when these 2 lines, for example here, these 2 lines come to the upper half of this indicator part, we say we are in the overbought zone. Okay, and when this blue line crosses this red line, it is when this blue line crosses this red line and becomes to up. When before that, this blue line is, for example, below the red line and crosses and becomes to the upside of the red line, it is a buying signal. It is ideal buying signal when we have this buying signal in oversold zone. And also when we have when the blue line from the upper, when it is at the top of the red line and crosses the red line and becomes below the red line, and when it is in the overbought zone, it gives us selling signal. Okay. Okay, let's see the signals that we get. For example, here RSI has gave us buying signal. Okay, and also we have an upward trend. RSI here gives us a buying signal, and also MACD or MACD gives us a buying signal, and this indicator also tells us we are in oversold zone. We get buy position, and you can see this upward movement has started and until here. Okay, until here we get both of these indicators give us sell signal. You can sell your asset when you get a good sell signal from RSI, or when here MACD also has gave us the selling signal. Also here in RSI indicator, you can see we are in the overbought zone in this rectangle. We are in the overbought zone, and also MACD tells us, MACD also gives us signal that we are in overbought zone. It's in this zone, because the trend is upward trend, you'd better not to get sell position. But it's good for you to understand that RSI and MACD have gave us selling signal at this point, at this period of time. Let's continue and see other indicators. We have another indicator here, and we have a downward trend. In this downward trend, we are only allowed to get sell position. And also we use 50 line, 50 level line of RSI indicator. And let's talk about a little about stochastic indicator. This indicator has 3 parts. We have in this indicator, this zone is oversold zone, and also this area is overbought area. When these also we have a K line, which is the blue line. This blue line is called K line, and this red line in this indicator is called D line. Okay, when these two lines cross each other at the bought zone, it gives us selling signal. But you can see the prices are not in overbought zone. Okay, so we get selling signal from the RSI indicator. It's better for us to use only RSI indicator. For example, here at this point, we get selling signal. Also, in the stochastic indicator, you can see the K line crossed the D line, has crossed the D line, and a downward movement has been started until here or here. Until here, we could at this point RSI gives us buying signal or take profit signal. It tells us, okay, it's time to take your profit. And also here we have another good selling signal at this point, when before this signal we were in a overbought zone in both of the indicators. Okay, and after that RSI and both indicators has gave us selling signal, and we have got a selling position, and you can see a downward movement has been started until here. Yeah, but you can get you can take your profit at this zone. Okay, from here to here you can take this profit and more. Okay, let's continue. Yes, our slides and our descriptions about RSI indicator has been finished. But if you want to use this indicator, be careful. You should use this. You should get back testing. You should check that strategy that you want to use in the previous times, in the past. You should see what was the result of that strategy and that indicator in the past, and after that and after you have became confident about your strategy, you can use that with your money and take profit from that. Yes, this was my descriptions, and I think this was everything that you have needed to know about RSI indicator. If you have liked our this video, like this video, press the like button, and if you wanna get more tutorials about money management, technical analysis, I don't know, I maybe talk about price action or other things that you need to know to have better trades. I may talk about them in the future, and if you want not to lose these tutorials, subscribe our channel to see these tutorials. I hope you to become successful in the future and in your trading life. Ask your questions below this video, and I will answer them. Have a nice day, guys.